Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories now. Supreme Court finally gives its verdict on the 2015 governorship elections, affirms Udom Emmanuel and Okezie Ikpeazu as the governors of their respective states. President Muhammadu Buhari arrived in London to participate in the Donors Conference for Serious Civil War Victims. And traditional rulers take to the street in Imo State to protest the kidnap of their colleague as the police re-strategize on tackling right and crime. And the United Nations suspends peace talks on serious civil war over lack of progress in the dialogue. Do remember that all our top stories can be found on our website. It's channelstv.com. and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. When you're done downloading, we do urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows platforms. If you've got pictures or videos you'd like to share with us, simply tap on the Channels TV app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
And now to some of the pictures you sent to our Eyewitness portal. First is this one from Makurdi in Benue State showing a boy sleeping on a chair at a stall. Our Eyewitness reporter wants governments to abolish child labor in the state. Next is this one from Ida in Kogi State showing a long queue at a filling station. Our Eyewitness reporter says that there is artificial fuel scarcity in the state and the relevant authorities should look into this. We also have this one from Broad Street in Lagos State showing vehicles parked indiscriminately on the road. Our Eyewitness reporter is asking men of the Federal Road Safety Corps, the FRSC, to check illegal parking in the area. And finally, is this one from Agor Palace Way in Lagos State showing a truck parked on a motorway. Our Eyewitness reporter wants road safety officials to go after drivers who abandon their vehicles on the road. We do sincerely thank you so much indeed for sending in those pictures, as we ask that you keep them coming.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Well, monarchs from Owerri senatorial zone of Imo State have given 2 days ultimatum to kidnappers of their colleague, Oswald Anyao.
The traditional ruler of Nguru Nwafo community in Abombise local government area of Imo State, southeast Nigeria, Oswald Anyao has joined the list of kidnap cases in the Niger Delta and southeast. Just a few weeks ago, 2 monarchs were abducted in Delta State, south-south Nigeria. The monarch was kidnapped on January 31, 2016, along Port Harcourt Road in Owerri Metropolis. Other monarchs are not taking it easy. They've called an emergency meeting demanding the release of their colleague.
Traditional rulers from Owerri zone have come to condemn in clear terms the frequent kidnapping of traditional rulers from the zone, and by so doing desecrating the land of Imo State.
Rising from the meeting, the traditional rulers take to the streets and to the center of the metropolis to vent their anger. They vow to end kidnapping of traditional rulers in Imo State.
Whether male or female, child or adult, or whoever it is, we're giving you 2 days to release unconditionally our brother or face the wrath of the land.
The police in the state is not resting on its oars. It has assured that the monarch will be rescued.
We have intensified efforts to make sure that the kidnappers are smoked out from their hiding places, as well as disseminated, our darkness to get informations about the whereabouts of the kidnappers. We are making efforts to ensure the release of the Eze and the subsequent arrest of the syndicates, behind the kidnap.
It's been 3 days since the Monarch was kidnapped. Hopefully, the kidnappers may have no option but to release him before the 2-day ultimatum given by the Monarchs elapses.
The increasing spate of kidnapping to Nigeria is now a major concern to the Nigerian police. And to tackle this more effectively, the police have announced a partnership with the United Kingdom, China, Italy, and the United States of America. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arase, says that some police officers are currently undergoing relevant trainings in these countries to learn the dynamics of modern organized crime. This comes as the primate of the Anglican Communion says that kidnapping in the country should be declared a national emergency.
Kidnappings in recent times have become a major threat to the nation's security. Some traditional rulers, religious leaders, and top government officials have gone through the dangerous experience. At several meetings, the Inspector General of Police vowed to clamp down on kidnappers and warned that no ransom should be paid for the release of victims. It's in furtherance of this task that he met with commissioners of police on how to train police officers to tackle the issue head-on.
A total of 40 officers has also benefited from similar high-level investigative and special operation course in China, while 6 other officers are currently undergoing a 3-month professional mentoring program in the United States. 8 officers have also been sent to Egypt for close protection and special operation courses, while 3 others were sent to Hungary on an electronic and computer crimes course. Ladies and gentlemen, all these initiatives were designed to address the knowledge gap in policing Nigeria, and the benefiting officers will form the nucleus of personnel that will drive the new policing vision of the force in the area of coordinated response to challenges of kidnapping, armed robbery, and other highly organized crime, which has been a source of concern to citizens.
The concern over this security issue is also expressed by the primate of the Anglican Church, Reverend Nicholas Oko, when he met with bishops of the church. He says the issue should be treated with urgency before it escalates.
The idea of kidnapping an old man, taking to the bush, flogging an old man, and so on and so forth, is an abomination to the land. That these things come to a stop. So we are now suffering not only of Boko Haram problem, the kidnapping has risen again in a very, very serious manner. So it deserves national emergency.
The fight to stamp out the activities of these criminally minded persons, according to the Inspector General of Police, is the duty of all. What Nigerians hope to see in the days ahead will be a reduction in kidnappings and the arrest of these criminals who seek a shortcut to wealth.
You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. Let's now hand you over to our Abuja studio, where Linda Agibe is standing by to take us through. Linda. I'm getting the information that Yemisi is the one standing by. Yemisi.
Yes, and welcome to Abuja. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission says in view of the recent hike in electricity tariffs, operators will now be held accountable to every aspect of the service agreement. Acting head of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Dr. Tony Acker, explains this is the first time the power sector will have a realistic tariff that will ensure operators have a fair return on investment.
So it's fundamentally important right now that since we've balanced that aspect of it, we as regulator are holding the operators, especially the distribution companies, accountable for every bit of their service agreement. We have also embarked on massive consumer education that we expect that by doing that, Nigerians will be well informed and well empowered to insist on their rights. The era of getting Nigerians or communities compelled to buy electric poles, buy transformers, repair transformers are totally not acceptable, and we are holding the distribution companies accountable. One of the principal mechanisms that is very effective in this tariff regime is that the discos must meter all Nigerian customers, and failure to meter them within the time frame means that Nigerians will not be disconnected and you cannot estimate them. And also it gives the power to the Nigerian consumers that you can reject your power bill if you feel that as an unmetered customer that there is a crazy bill that is grossly not realistic, you have the right to say, no, I'm not going to pay that bill. And we gave you the powers also now to pay the last bill that you accepted to pay, pending the resolution of the disputed bill. So there are inbuilt mechanisms now that is very robust, very strong, to ensure that the sector play by the rule. And as regulator also, we have ample powers to sanction them. We have ample mechanism to monitor them, and we will do what we need to do going forward.
The chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Appropriation, Abdul Mumin Jibrin, affirms the National Assembly will review the crude oil benchmark price for the 2016 budget. Speaking in the National Assembly, the lawmaker explains the new benchmark will be a more practical figure. Honourable Jibrin calls on the executive to fully implement the integrated personnel payroll system to reduce recurrent expenditure.
What we would have loved to see is for the recurrent expenditure to be reduced, and that portion that is reduced from the recurrent expenditure is added to the capital component. But what we have now at the moment is that recurrent is increasing and capital is increasing concurrently. It is not what we would love to see. The benchmark has been pegged for $38, and of course we've known that it has gone much below that figure. I'm sure that during this budget period, we will engage again with the Committee on Finance and relevant committees, and we should be able to peg the benchmark at a very safe figure that should be more realistic. I think we will do that. Of course, it's one of our consign and the revenue aspect of the budget.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has pledged to work with the National Assembly in order to ensure efficiency and transformation of the downstream sector of the petroleum industry. Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Ebe Kachikwu, said this when he received the House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Downstream at the NNPC's office in Abuja. Dr. Kachikwu notes the NNPC has complied with the federal government's directive on the Treasury single account. In a statement issued by the NNPC's Group General Manager on Public Affairs, Mr. Ohi Alegbe, the NNPC boss called on the lawmakers to enact legislation to support the growth and development of the petroleum sector. Bristow Helicopters Limited has confirmed that one of its helicopters was involved in what it describes as a controlled ditch in an incident near Lagos at about 10:25 a.m. today. The incident occurred while the aircraft, a Sikorsky S-76C++, was returning from an offshore platform in Port Harcourt. All passengers and crew on board have been rescued and transferred to a nearby installation. The company says it's in the process of collecting information on the incident. In August 2015, a Bristow helicopter carrying 12 people plunged into the lagoon behind Oworonshoki police station. And that's all from us in Abuja. Back to you, Gimba.
Well, thanks indeed, Yemisi Pai from our Abuja studio, of course. And when the news at 10 returns, profit-taking resumes in the Nigerian stock market, drags down the key benchmark index, the NSE All Share Index 0.96%. Join us again.